I'm back. What's up, guys? It's your girl Nicole Young, and welcome back to my channel, the best place for anyone who wants to get into tech, learn how to code, and earn more freedom through freelancing. I am so excited to be back with you guys, and today we are talking about freelancing. As you've seen from the title of this video, we are going to be talking about how you can start marketing yourself to start attracting new clients to you, to land that first client as you venture into freelancing yourself. All right, let's get to it. So when I first got started in freelancing earlier in 2020, I really had a lot of questions, what services can I offer? What services should I offer? What services do I actually like to do enough that I would like to do them for someone else? What should I charge? How do the taxes work? All of those things. I had so many questions, but I think the one that created the most anxiety for me was, how do I land my first clients so that I can start pulling in a more steady flow of income? I thought it was going to be an extremely elaborate process. I thought I was going to have to manage a ton of things that I wasn't used to. I thought I was going to learn how to use different new software and features and apps. And I thought I was going to have to, maybe even pay for self-promotion, like ads and things, to start landing new clients. But what I quickly realized is that everything that I needed to do to land my first client were things that I was already doing and things that I just had to systemize in a way. So in this video, I'm going to go over the things that I did to land my first clients and things that I continue to do to gain a steady flow of new clients and new projects that I get to work on as a freelancer. So the name of the game is networking. That's all this all boils down into. These are really just things that you should do as a regular networking process, because the more you network, the better you get at networking, the more steady your flow of new clients, more income, and all of that will get, okay? The first thing that I want to get into your head is that you need to have an elevator pitch. If you have this elevator pitch, you're going to be ready for any circumstance when you are in front of someone that could be your next potential client, okay? This elevator pitch has to have three main elements. The first, who are you? Doesn't have to be super crazy, just who you are. Could be as simple as your name, what you do, and with what you do, you want to include, the exact services that you offer, the skill sets that you have. If you are a developer, that might include what languages you know, what kind of projects you've already completed. And the third element, and this I think is the most important one, and you will thank me later down the line into your freelancing journey. The third one is what type of projects or customers you want to take on. What I learned quickly is that it is actually better to be very specific about the types of things that you want to do instead of being very broad. Because what I did is said, I will take on anyone who needs web design or development services. I will take on anyone who may need, digital marketing services in addition to those web services. I will take on anyone who wants to do that. But what I realized is that I don't want to have to work with everyone who needs those services. There are specifically certain projects that really I'm passionate about working on and that I love to work on. There are specifically certain industries that I understand over others that I feel I would be able to do my best in. As a freelancer, for me, my elevator pitch was, I'm Nicole Young. I am a freelance web designer, developer, and digital marketer, and I love working with women-owned small businesses in the beauty, retail, and wellness spaces. Done. Okay? So that's not everybody, okay? But for me, I understand beauty, retail, and wellness. I understand those niches in terms of what needs to be done for design, web, and digital marketing. Okay, I understand that, and I'm able to put my best foot forward. I'm also very interested and invested into those types of businesses because I'm a part of their target audience. So I understand the people who they are targeting, and I feel like I can offer the best service to those types of people. Be specific. Communication is key here. Doesn't matter what platform, what method you're going about networking yourself. If you are clear in your communication about who you are, what you do, the skill sets you have, and particularly the types of clients and projects you want to take on, you're gonna start attracting that very stuff. Just communicate what you want. And if you don't know yet what you wanna do or like who you wanna work with, then stick with your skill set. What do you think you're best at, and kind of focus there. And as you gain more experience with different clients, you'll be able to know exactly what kind of client or projects you want to work on, and that's super helpful. Once you get your elevator pitch down, now it's about traversing the different spaces that you'll have to navigate in order to network and market yourself as a freelancer. The first is in person. And I know that with like COVID things happening, there's not a lot of events and there's not a lot of in-person things going on, but in person is still going to be very important once all of this settles down. So word of mouth, you need to find points in conversation with, your friends and family, the people who run the coffee shop down the street, the mom and pop shops in your neighborhood. When you frequent those spaces, you should build rapport with the people there and try to find ways to organically mention who you are, what you do, and the skills that you have, okay? So, when you're working, when you're meeting people at events, when you are doing things, let them know what you do. Let them know what you're passionate about working on as a freelancer, and that they'll think of you the next time they need that type of service, or they'll think of you the next time they hear someone or know someone that needs that type of service. My first client I landed just because I had built rapport with a woman that was working in the same building as me on a different floor. I just happened to meet her and bump into her often when we were getting coffee or, getting lunch, and we built rapport, and I would just tell her, yeah, I'm doing this. And when I quit my job, I bumped into her again and let her know my elevator pitch, what I was doing, what I was interested in, and it just so happened that she needed the types of services that I was going into, or the business that she was helping out needed it, and my first client right there. So do not take for granted that word of mouth. I know, like, as an introverted person who sometimes can be shy, it can be difficult, but try to find those ways of mentioning that. You could even get business cards that kind of do that rundown for you, and just say, hey, like, if you are ever in need of that service, or you know someone that is, give them my card. It can be really easy and simple. It doesn't have to be like so built up, but it definitely helps. The next thing I would say is digital communication and networking. So there's tons of places you can do that. One good place for digital networking is like online forums and like Facebook groups, any type of group that is put together online. I love Facebook groups because most are created, and the demographic of the types of people who are in the Facebook group are pretty obvious. So it might be women business owners, small business owners that are women, or it might be, young students who are interested in this topic. You can really find a Facebook group for literally anything. And I think that a great thing that I did as a freelancer was joining groups that not only were for freelancers and helped me, connect with people who were doing similar things that I wanted to do, but also joining groups that had my target client in them. So I joined a lot of Facebook groups that were for women who were running small businesses, and it really helped because not only was I gaining information and, you know, networking with people who I could find value out of, but like I was able to offer value in the same way as a freelancer, and that's a great way to do that. The biggest thing though is your social media platforms. It is the best place as a small business owner, as a freelancer, to use social media to your advantage, to market yourself, market your skills, and to control the narrative around who you are, what you do, and what you're passionate about. That's what it's for, guys. Use it. It's free. You don't even have to buy ads or anything like that. Just use your social media. So the first thing is your bio. That is the first impression that you make when someone finds you online. It's your bio. You have to have certain types of information in your bio to optimize it and to start attracting people to you for the services that you offer. I actually made a video on my Instagram, on my IGTV, about how to optimize your social media profiles and your bios, and I mention specifics for each of the top 4: Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. I mention specifics for each one of those platforms. So if you're interested in how to optimize your social media platforms for attracting new clients, definitely check that video out. I will link it in the description of this video. The next thing you need to do is use your elevator pitch in your post. You need to sprinkle in who you are, what you do, and what you are passionate in working on into the post that you post on social media. Now, for me, I mostly only share my professional journey online. So that happens on a regular basis for me, but that might not be what you're using your social media for. You might genuinely just use social media to connect with the people that you know, to, you know, share your family, your life, the things that you like to do, and that's totally fine. Do not change that, and don't think that you have to go and completely change your social media just to start promoting yourself a little bit online. Keep doing what you're doing, just sprinkle in some details about your new venture into freelancing, what you are passionate about, what new skill sets you have or are learning, and that people really take notice to that. And if you don't think they're paying attention, trust me, they are. But that's it, guys. I hope this helps you. I hope that you are able to start seeing immediate results once you start implementing these things in your networking strategy, both in real life and online. I think it's so important to do. These things not only helped me land my first client, but continue to help me to land new clients all the time and to gain new connections with people who are doing amazing things that I would love to be a part of as a freelancer. Go be great. I'm rooting for you. I cannot wait to hear the stories of you landing your first client. Make sure you let me know either on Instagram or on here how things are going for you if you decide to go into freelancing. But I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.